Let's wait for one more minute. We shall start soon.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can start. Group Captain Negative will also join within a minute. Meanwhile, please start.
Yeah. Respected Director Professor Rajiv Raskar sir of IIIT Kottayam, Registrar sir Dr. M. Radhakrishnan sir, Dean Professor Mohan sir, respected guest of Defense, Ministry of Defense, Shri Pallav Haldekar, Group Captain of Indian Air Force, Shri Dayanand Ji, from the Program Officer of DIO, dear Chief Guest Shri Ganesh Kumar, the Director Sales of Tata Elxsi, colleagues, my team members from IIC, students, and dear participants from outside IIIT Kottayam, including Msmbs, startups, and so on. Very good afternoon to everyone. Dear participants, you are very, very welcome to the Serve Nation as an Entrepreneur event from IIC IIIT Kottayam. And it's wonderful to see a fantastic turnout of startups, students, faculties, also the people around us of IIIT Kottayam. The objective of this meeting is to promote the IDEX outreach activity of the Ministry of Defense, which was inaugurated by our Home Minister, Shri Rajnath Singh, in August. My name is Shadlin Benedict, and I am working as faculty of IIIT Kottayam and the in charge of Incubation Center, AIC, as well as MSME, where we essentially nourish startups and innovations. With the blessings from the dignitaries of IIIT Kottayam and the loving AIC team members, we have currently incubated over 25 private limited companies and attracted over 2,000 interested startups, entrepreneurs to join our ecosystem in the field of IoT, cloud, AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and so on. I'm going to introduce Sri Dayanand Ji, the Program Officer of Defense Innovation, Ministry of Defense, who will welcome the guests, Group Captain Sri Pallav Haldekar and Mr. Ganesh Kumar. Setting the context of the meeting today, or the event today, we have split the activity in 3 phases. The first phase is all about the IDEX activity. The second phase is the talks, a special talk from eminent speakers, namely Sri Kevin Walter, who is the author of Digital First, and Dr. Manoj Nimbalkar, who is the founder and successful entrepreneur who is residing in Germany. Phase 3 of the day invites you all to submit proposals to win rupees 1.5 crores from the Ministry of Defense through this DISC challenge. Our PhD scholar, Ms. Bhagyalakshmi, will drive you through the submission stages on this particular day. And Ms. Teresa Joy, the incubation manager, will set the flow of the event by comparing throughout the session. The IT support will be supported through the IT support team of headed by Mr. Shiju. Sri Dayanandji of DIO will be formally welcoming the guests from DIO and the participants. Without much delay, I am handing over the session to Sri Dayanandji. All the best for the participants. Let's serve the nation for the benefit of the nation as an entrepreneur.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sazulin Benedict. Yes, I'm seeing that in last year also IIIT Kottayam has successfully conducted this outreach session of Ministry of Defense. And I can see that IIIT Kottayam is devoted towards startup culture, startup ecosystem in the country. As Dr. Sazulin told that we have around 25, you have around 25 private limited company, and you can cater up to 2,000 people who can enter in your startup ecosystem. That's a great thing. And I would like to welcome first Professor Rajiv V. Raskar, Director at IIIT Kottayam. So always, very promising that if the leader of the institute, he himself is taking interest at such a level, he himself is guiding all the events of the institute and motivating others to participate and to extend this startup ecosystem in the country. That's really a promising thing, Professor Rajiv V. Raskar. Thank you so much. And Mr. Ganesh, Mr. Digoje Sebastian, and Dr. Radha Krishnan, Registrar IIIT Kottayam, that he himself is also is being in the event. And also, obviously, if such leadership of any institute is taking interest at grassroots level of the development of the institute, I'm looking that, yes, this time maybe many of the winners will be from IIIT Kottayam, who is going to get grant up to 1.5 crore rupees from MOD. And that is not only up to 1.5 crore rupees, rather it is about serving the nation, getting the opportunity to technologically help the defense people, personnel or military who are at border. You may not be right there every time, but if you are technically helping them, then just think that you are also really serving the nation. That's a good way. Being a technical people with a technical background, this is our responsibility to strengthen them technically. I can see Mr. Bankim Mistry, the president of Bombay Small Scale Industries Association, who is also here. So he has just in chat box he has written that yes, they all help in entrepreneurship development in the country. I would extend my welcome to all the people who are here, all the startups, all the students. Yes, I'll be discussing each and everything about IDEX, that how these grants will be given to you. And just think, this is not a grant, rather we are giving you a hand holding. We wanted to be some defense product to be developed for the country, and ultimate target is to get self-reliant in defense sector. We want to reduce import, and that not in terms of talking, not in terms of presentation, rather on real groundwork that we all have to contribute technically. So first, I would like to welcome, since Group Captain Hegde has joined, and he is a nodal person for the Air Force who is looking, apart from Group Captain R.G. Hegde, Group Captain Haldekar, he is looking all the IDEX project related to Air Force. So he is the real person who is getting all this product developed for the Air Force. and he's coordinating with the IDEX and giving all the challenges and then doing all kind of hand holding required for the development of product. So really, we should appreciate with the effort of the group captain Haldekar that apart from his regular duties, he is giving all this effort for such an initiative of government, that obviously any scheme, launch of a scheme cannot make it a guarantee to success. Any scheme can get success only if the people, all the stakeholders who are around that, if they will work hard. And really, in front of everyone, I appreciate Group Captain Haldekar that he is giving all his time for IDEX. So I, since he has to join on another event at 3 o'clock, means not event, rather our regular meeting for this IDEX product development only. So I would invite first Group Captain Haldekar to deliver something about to encourage people, all the startups, students, faculty members. They all we have very enriched audience here today, Group Captain Haldekar. So and afterwards I will sit detail for this product development, grant, IDEX, everything. I'll please go ahead, Group Captain Haldekar.
Thank you, Dayanandji. Can you hear me properly? There was some disturbance I could notice.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes.
We can hear.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I believe a lot many startups have joined us as a part of this outreach program. In the series of outreach programs, in today's outreach, again we would like to share our thoughts about IDEX and about the whole thing, how IDEX is contributing to Atmanirbharta Abhiyan. IDEX is a unique and remarkable initiative by the MOD, Government of India, to further the cause of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. It is helping in creation of an ecosystem of innovation and technology development in defense and aerospace industry. For the first time in the history of our independent India, there is the opportunity for Indian industry to the lowermost level, that is from startups to individual innovators, that they have a support and they have a route wherein they can straight away contribute towards the capability building of the fighting arm of the Indian Defence Forces, Army, Air Force, Navy. And in that, as a Air Force rep, we are very happy that now each and every individual of the country who aspires to do something for the nation through equipping the Indian Air Force, it is possible now. So Indian Air Force is part of this IDEX framework, wherein we turn out to be the end users of whatever you develop and whatever challenge you take to deliver to the IAF out of the challenges which we have put across to you. Directorate of Aerospace Design, where I am currently posted, has been formed under the Plans branch. It is one of the operating branches in Indian Air Force Air Headquarters Vayu Bhavan in Delhi, which looks after equipping the Air Force with all the equipment which it has to. And this directorate where I am posted, that is Directorate of Aerospace Design, is also the nodal agency for all these niche technology related projects, and IDEX is one of such initiatives which we look after. I will share my contact details and the directorate contact details in the chat box subsequently, so that anyone who has any query regarding the challenges which IAF has put forth, you can directly reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you sort out any clarifications which you have, because defense has a very specific and very cutout requirement and cutout kind of a capability which we are looking forward to, which is oriented towards equipping us in our war fighting capability. So it is best that you straight away reach out and start delivering to what we want. And we also don't want to waste time, because technology is moving on at such a fast pace, wherein if we don't align to the user requirement, that is the Indian Air Force, that is, I am the face of IAF as of now in front of you, then we would be wasting that important time. And in this game of catching up with technology, we have seen that foreign countries have a quite robust setup, because they have started in this domain quite early compared to our country, the private industry I'm talking about. So we don't want them to have a lead. We want our industry to have a lead. That's why all this support, hand-holding, and this open reach out towards the startups and innovators. which has been only been done till now to DPSUs, that is open to our innovators and startups also. So IAF and our directorate is fully aligned to this process of co-creation and co-development by providing support to the startups and innovators in the process of product development, whatever product we are telling you to develop. So we will be there with you in case you have any doubt regarding what kind of this product would be, how it will be utilized, what is the need of it. So to understand the user perspective and to deliver, so that there are no last minute surprises put across in front of you. Oh, this is not what we wanted. We can't turn around and say that. So we are there with you for the entire development process. We are there to sort out your doubts. We are there to help you sort out to give you any idea as to how we make this functionality, this part to deliver. So we can go more and more specific towards the requirements as and when we move forward in the process of development. With all this said, I must emphasize that as a user, we are product-oriented agency. That is, Indian Air Force is product-oriented agency. Whatever we are asking you to deliver, we are going to fight with it against our adversaries. So you must understand the gravity of the situation and accordingly take the challenge to deliver the product in a time-bound manner and as specified requirements, as we are specifying the requirement, and take it in good spirit. So it is like a class 9th or 11th exam, not like a board exam, wherein the person who is going to evaluate you at the end of it is going to be there teaching you through the class and helping you with the syllabus. So it's something like that. So don't this IDEX framework is offering you a program which is even lesser than 10th and 12th board exam of a student. So with that, I would like to reinforce the confidence in you that we are there to help you, support you, and please come up with your innovations and capabilities to deliver to our requirements. As a part of DISC 5, we have given out 3 challenges. The details of those challenges are available. I will not go over them. There is a YouTube video also which DIO has put up, wherein our specific agency which is looking for those requirements have spoken at length about it. You can go through that, and after that, if there is any doubt, please feel free to contact my directorate, and we are there to support you, and we will be the constant face from IAF side as my directorate to help you out with any query. And if you have any further solutions, there is open challenge route also available. So presently the DISC 5 is the platform through which we are targeting all these startups, and we'll be happy to involve with you in any future correspondence with you, or being with you as a part of handholding and providing you support in terms of testing and providing testing site and giving out any kind of clarifications. Thank you so much, and we can move ahead with the reach out program.
Thank you, Group Captain Hegde. Thank you so much, Group Captain Haldekar. Thank you so much. And just think that he's sharing his email ID, his contact detail of directorate, and the way he's responding that yes, he is reachable for any of the clarification which anyone sought, for any of the challenge. They can directly reach to this particular directorate for more clarification, as last date is 8th. So thank you, sir, for giving time and yes, encouraging people, and the way you have explained that how easy such thing. Only thing is that they need technical know-how of the solution, and that will be a good way. Let's me discuss first thing. Please mute everyone. Yes, someone has requested that all those who are not speaking kindly mute yourself. That will be helpful. So let me share just small slide, and more we will talk rather than to share any content. And in last we'll have some query session that will be also helpful. So I'm sharing one PPT. So I hope can you someone confirm that yes, it is visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So IDEX has been established, has been started in 2018 by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, and this IDEX has been established under aegis of Department of Defence Production, Ministry of Defence. And in 2018, once IDEX has been started, and in 19, first DISC 1 challenge, that is Defense India Startup Challenge. This has been launched, and then subsequently DISC 2 has been launched. And in initial stage, we have given almost 15 challenges. And IDEX is really a platform wherein how we connect with services and DPSUs. We connect with services on the grassroots level. We deal with them that what kind of day-to-day challenge they all are facing. And based on that day-to-day challenge, we curate those means problems in form of challenge. And then we give these challenges for anyone to submit a solution. Any individual innovator, any startup, any MSME can provide a solution to us. And based on that solution, we scrutinize those applications, and then we do some shortlisting process, and all those winners, they are getting 1.5 crore rupees, up to a grant of 1.5 crore rupees from IDEX. And same amount of matching contribution is needed from user as well. So this IDEX is be taken to be as like a path to procurement framework and for accelerating and scaling innovative startup technology for defense sector. And that is really required for India, wherein we are talking about reducing the import. So basically this entire defense innovation ecosystem for this Indian military, and now also we have taken challenges of DPSUs as well to basically co-create technically advanced solution. And there are three things. One, if you are talking about IDEX principle, then we believe in co-creation, co-development, open innovations, VC model. So co-creation means like Group Captain Haldekar told that we are not only giving 1.5 crore rupees, rather we are also giving you hand-holding in terms of one nodal officer who is from concerned directorate, who has given that challenge and is going to be finally a user. And as well as one partner incubator, which is currently we have 9 partner incubator is already from last 2.5 years, and then we have 2 more partner incubator this year who have signed MOU with us. So we have IIT Mumbai, IIT Chennai, IIT Hyderabad, IIM Ahmedabad, ISC Bangalore, Force Coimbatore, Maker Village, T Hub Hyderabad, IIT Delhi. So these are 9 partner incubators. So you can opt any one of this partner incubator once you are selected as IDEX winner for getting technical support from a partner incubator, as well as NO will be, nodal officer will be with you, so that it can be ensured, like Group Captain Haldekar told, that there should not be any surprising thing that a challenge or a problem has been given to you, and in the last you are coming with a product which may not be useful for user or services. So nodal officer will ensure he will be with you like in a co-creation model. He will be with you, will be giving you all the technical handholding so that you may be with a product which may be means exactly what is required by services. And our key program capabilities includes portal for grant management. It means obviously we believe in we have developed a portal wherein all the stakeholders can interact at a place, so it will save time and transparencies can be maintained. Then Spark grant and investment framework. We are giving this Spark grant up to 1.5 crore. Product management approach to monitor that yes, the product which you are developing is right or not. It means in a way that once you are selected as a winner, one PDS, that is problem definition statement, is being given to all the winners, and based on the problem definition statement, we convert it into form of what all are the required units for the product, that is product requirement unit, and what all the module and sub module you are going to provide, that is known as product functional unit. So this for better monitoring, we have adopted this product management approach here. And then obviously the last thing, since this 1.5 crore rupees which we are giving, that is not limited to that, but I'm repeating again and again, then also this need to be linked, this entire innovation to defense procurement policy, so that yes, we need not to import those products from somewhere else. And then we believe in transformation of innovation in Indian defense sector. So we wanted to develop this culture of innovation through co-creation, co-development, develop technology, deliver product rapidly. We wanted that yes, you deliver this product at the earliest minimum time, so that that can be useful for services, since somewhere they are facing challenge in their day-to-day life at the border, in their other operations. That's why this challenge has been launched. And then create defense tech companies. Obviously, it's a very early phase for IDEX, that it's been now we are 3-year-old, and even in 3-year-old, many success story has started coming from IDEX. Many product which has been already in the final stage of testing and trial. So more or less, most of the projects are between 1 year or 2 year, between 1 year to 2 year timelines. Entire product development. It can be even less than 1 year also. It all requirements on the product development way, and on case-to-case basis about different challenges. But just see that even this pandemic, COVID pandemic, or this startup are having full potential, that they are working hard, and many success stories has started coming. Even 1 or 2 our winners have already got means order from services as well, and others are on the verge, and they are on the final stage of testing trial, and they soon their product will also be procured through the services. So here, huge opportunity. If you see as a long term, then maybe you can be a next defense unicorn through this platform. Such a huge opportunity from here. So we started with 2018, and then we launched the IDEX. Then Disc 1 announced with 11 challenges, and in the 2019, Disc 2, and then again 3 also announced in Disc 2. We have announced 4 challenges, and in Disc 3 we announced 3 challenges. And then we have launched Open Challenge. Open Challenge was something which was different from Disc Defense India Startup Challenge. In 2018, during Disc 1 and Disc 2, Disc 3, this is realized that whatever challenges we are taking from services, and then we are giving to different innovator, individual innovator, or startup or MSME to develop, but maybe somewhere some product may come in mind of the people, which can be useful for services, which can cater their requirement, but that may not have been form of some particular challenge, defined challenge. So we have given an open challenge opportunity for innovators and other startup MSMEs, so that you define some problem and then provide solution which may suit military, Indian military, and then if it serve the purpose of the Indian military, then yes, it will be you will be selected. You will again be given this opportunity, and you will also be given 1.5 crore rupees to develop that product, so that may cater the requirement of the services. And in 2020, this IDEX winner, they showcased their product at DEF Expo 2020, and then launch of Open Challenge 2.0, and then third edition also launched, and then launch of Disc 4 with 11 challenges, then launch of IDEX for Fauji program for the people from services who are working at grassroots level. And in 2021, then showcase of IDEX winner at a startup manthan during Aero India 2021, PMA portal launched, and then showcase at Commander Conference, then launch of Disc 5. Just see, till Disc 4, we have given 11 challenges, then 4, then 3, then again 11, 9, and now just see in Disc 5, it's a huge opportunity for everyone, that at once we are giving 35 challenges at once. So even you can see that 2 startups under IDEX signed procurement contract with Indian Navy and Indian Air Force as well. So success story, I just told that success story started coming. If we see this national network and 9 partner incubator who are already part of IDEX, and we till date we have 76 innovation challenges we launched. We have 87 innovator right now with us, and 2 more has recently announced as winner in Open Challenge 2.0. So we have now around 89 innovator with us, and then 20 nodal agencies like various DPSUs, Ordnance Factory Board, Air Force, Army, Navy, other directorate, and 150 crore plus product development budget has been approved, out of which 60 crore plus has been a SPA grant has been sanctioned, and then matching contribution has also been raised 90 crore plus. In Open Challenges also, we have already got more than 550 plus applications in till this 3. So entire things is going well. Many individual innovators, startup and MSMEs, they all are submitting solutions for different IDEX challenges. So, and we are also enriched with very good leadership. Honorable Raksha Mantri, Sri Rajnath Singh Ji, Honorable Raksha Rajya Mantri, Sri Ajay Bhatt Ji, Defense Secretary, Dr. Ajay Kumar. And if you'll see DIO structure, Our chairman is Sri Rajkumar ji, Secretary Defense Production, and Sri Sanjay Jaju ji is Additional Secretary Defense Production, who is CEO also, and then Joint Secretary DIP is ex officio Additional CEO DIO, and Planning Officer Defense Production, he's here CEO DIO, and Board Directors, Secretary Defense Production is Chairman DIO, CMD HL, CMD BEL, MD AIM. So you can see the entire IDEX is enriched with top class leadership, top class DIO structure has been guided by means very senior bureaucrats, and we have if you're seeing IDEX working people, it's a very good combination of people from services, people who are from technical background. It's a very good combination from starting here. Colonel Arvind, Commander Suchin, Colonel Nair, they all are enriching with their experience to a DIO that we could have established on such a stature now that the success story started coming, and people from technical background also, they, after gaining a lot of experience, they all have joined DIO. So it's a very good combination. You will be getting a very good team here. Once you will be selected as winner, you will get all the hand-holding from all the stakeholders associated with IDEX. So good part is that Honorable Raksha Mantri has approved a budgetary support of around 500 crore rupees for the next 5 years for IDEX, and that has already been allotted, and that will help in as a granting aid for this Spark grant to all the IDEX winner for this 5 and coming disc. And also, just you can see that how much government of India they are supporting IDEX scheme, and since they have earmarked rupees 1,000 crore rupees for domestic procurement through IDEX route for financial year 2021-22. So all support are here. Only thing is that your solution, your potential solution is required here at IDEX, and you will be getting all the support. One of this IDEX winner, SAFC's automation, they have developed India's first indigenous robotic live buoy under the IDEX Challenge unmanned surface vehicle, and they have signed a deal of more than rupees 13 crore rupees with Indian Navy. So we believe in this 5I: identify, innovate, incubate, integrate, and indigenize. Just understand this. Identify, we basically take this problem statement from services and DPSUs in the form of challenge, and then unique solution for proposed challenges are being received from various potential people like or any startup or any MSME, and then we incubate them, we give them Spark grant, and then give all the support from the key stakeholders, then integrate rapid testing and integration with defense platform. Whatever testing, integration, whatever you require, you let us know. Those things are being facilitated here after talking with concerned agencies, and then indigenize, strengthening defense capabilities by fostering Make in India. Obviously, this is the ultimate target that we all are looking to indigenize as much as we can do. Recently, one of the project with the see-through armor, the Tombow emerging, they are in the final phase of testing trial, and that now that will be indigenized. One of the project carbon fiber winding, in which we were taking those launchers from we were importing that, and now that is also under test and trial, and that has been developed. Just think that we are now able to give this result with this help of this various potential startup and individual innovator. So any one of you can be the part of this IDEX, and I can see that in IIIT Kottayam, as since last year also I interacted with Dr. Salajin. So I can see that a lot of startup ecosystem culture is being developed at IIIT Kottayam. You people are supporting the startups. So yes, it's quite possible that yes, we'll be getting potential solution provider from your end, and we also think that if we will be getting good people who are giving good solution, who are submitting good solution, then it will be also easy for everyone, that we will be getting good product for our services, as well as handholding will also be easy. So the entire IDEX process, if we summarize this like in form of challenge curation, and then screening of application, then evaluation and selection of winners, then grant appraisal and diligence, contract execution, grant disbursement, and then co-creation with military, and then production ready prototype, and then commercial procurement is ultimate target. So you can see this few of the event in DEF Connect 2019. This IDEX winner, they got this opportunity to showcase this product to even Rajiv Mantri and RM, and all the dignitaries as well as people who have who came to showcase this product. Means that may be from the potential market. Those people can be here. And in the startup Manthan at Aero India, this product have been showcased. This particular product has been procured by Indian Navy, so SAP Seas product. And then during Commander Conference 2021, IDEX winners have also got opportunity to showcase their product. Then a few of the product like this this Chipspit Technology Private Limited of secure hardware and encryption device challenge, and they are currently at technology readiness level at 4, and cost is around, means final cost may be between this 13 lakhs to 60 lakhs. Addition to and this will be addition to existing secure communication channel. So your product can be a standalone product. The product which you are developing, it will depend on the particular challenge and product. This can be independent. It can be a part of any existing product and can be integrated with. So this all is as per requirement. Second is Redon Technology and Services Private Limited. They're working. Just I'm discussing this few of this. Winner to give you a glimpse that what kind of area we are looking in past and what kind of area we are looking right now. So it's open, it's interdisciplinary. Good thing with this good institute who are institute of national importance like IIIT Kottayam is that there are various interdisciplinary people are there in one project. Maybe requirement is from a different discipline. So from academic background, if you see, and startups are there, it can be people can form a good team of different department, and as per requirement you can submit a feasible solution to us. So it's Redon Technology and Services Private Limited of this one challenge, and there are TRL6 Lekha Wireless Solution Private Limited setting up tactical LTE LAN on naval ship. Tombow Imaging, so see-through armor, this which I told you. So it is enhancing situational awareness by giving 360-degree view from the vehicle. So this has been successfully integrated on this tank, T90 tank. And then Jet Motion Technology, so also a Disc 1 challenge, remotely piloted airborne vehicle. So then Big Bang Boom Solution, countermeasure for illegal drone. This has also been under testing and trial, and is about coming success as a successful product. And then Gurutva System Private Limited, countermeasure for illegal drone. This product has also been completed now. Skyrouter Space is in the starting phase of this 4 challenge, foliage penetration radar. So you can see you will be getting all the opportunity. This IDEX has been included in Defense Acquisition Procedure DAP 2020 also. Various opportunities are here: strategic partnership, investment opportunity, defense acquisition procurement benefit, joint venture, defense and civil application, exportable product and innovation. So entire just you can see that everyone is taking government, everyone is taking interest. IDEX is getting all the support from top officials. So in DISC 5 also there are various challenges. Means 35 challenges we have launched in DISC 5 as well. So it's a good opportunity. Let me give one glimpse of this 5 challenge in just 1 minute. I hope that it is visible. Sorry. So in Army, Air Force, Navy, and various DPSUs, total challenges we have launched this time 35. So it's in Army, situational awareness for mechanized columns, augmented reality and virtual reality based sortie preparation. In Air Force, development of part task trainer for Mirage 2000 upgrade aircraft, development of wideband HF modem for network secure voice, data and video communication. In Navy, non-lethal devices for stopping vessels at sea, and DPSU image recognition. So you can see challenges from different domain, different dimension, they all are here, and this may suit anyone. Any faculty member can also submit solution, and good part is that you will be able to use and well organized infrastructure of IIIT Kottayam. So in recent few years, IIIT Kottayam has been established as a good research center for the people, and this can be utilized by different startup and as well as faculty member, final year student, research scholars as well. So this will be helpful. So entire IDEX platform is going to give you a good support for throughout your development journey of product development. And before defense, I have seen that in academics, people are having with good paper, research papers, and it's been culture of this academic institution that we all faculty members are writing good research paper, and this is requirement also. Director IIIT Kottayam, he might be agreeing with me that even in NIRF ranking, this role of this various research, various product development projects, and good indexed paper is the role in NIRF ranking is also very important. And so all the faculty members and the students are also encouraged to write good research paper. And I believe that yes, that's a kind of one first step development, and those research must be converted into product development. Once those research must be used by some product development, since research is like something you are going in vertical direction, you are doing improving things, and you are doing again and again, you are working in the same dimension. But if you are talking about product development, you have to look into horizontal direction. You have to develop a product by utilizing those research work, the kind of high work which has been performed by faculty members. So it's a good time. Come up, read those 35 challenges, provide a solution wherever. And we are also conducting some sessions which are specific to that challenge only. We are calling people, means a specific concerned directorate, so that they may clarify in depth about your queries. And nothing closed. You can keep tuned to our IDEX website. And 8th October is last date. So it's been still 15 days with you. It's a good time that you should submit solution to us. And my best wishes to entire team of IIIT Kottayam, that you give all the support to different startup faculty members, students, so that they may provide solution to us. Anywhere you stuck, you contact our team member. All the numbers or email ID are available on our website, and we are here to give you all the technical handholding. And yes, I'll be taking all your queries. If any one of you have any queries, I'll be happy to answer you. Thank you. Jai Hind. Sir.
Thank you, Dhananji, for the informative session on IDEX. So just let's move ahead. Now I welcome our director, Dr. Rajiv, to address everyone.
Yeah. Good afternoon, one and all. In the last 3 years, you will be surprised to know that IIIT Kottayam community has submitted around 194 research project proposal costing around 200 crores. This is really surprising. It's a small force, but the outcome, the productivity is very, very high. Friends, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight 3 vital issues related to innovation in India. The first issue, I would like to ask you a very interesting question. Just tell me, in the last century, in which period the innovation rate was highest? Repeat the question. In last century, in which period the innovation rate was highest? The answer is very simple. During World War II. You just check the history, you will find that maximum innovation they come up during this World War II. The regression analysis can reveal that there exists a close relationship between innovation and defense sector. Technological innovation shapes the war. A similar question I would like to ask. What is the secret of American economy? Or why America is superpower? The answer is only one word, single word, that is innovation. The innovation ecosystem of USA is tightly coupled with 3 factors. The first one, industrial R&D, the second one, universities R&D, and the third one, military R&D. I'll repeat. There are the 3 factors, industrial R&D, university R&D, and military R&D. They are jointly working everywhere. After the World War II, that is since 1945 in USA, huge profit earned through military equipment export is shared by these 3 players. That is why they are superpower and having highest number of world-class universities. Remember one equation. Only developed countries that are having 99% world-class universities and 99% Olympic gold medals. Both the things are going parallel. In world-class universities, the military R&D centers and industrial R&D centers, they are working jointly. First time in India, through IDEX program, Government of India is coming up with a similar kind of solution with DIO and DIF. I would like to highlight my second issue, which is always very, very important and missing in Indian innovation system. That is innovation competencies. I have written 600 pages book on innovation, namely Innovation Growth Engine for Nation, nice buzzword, but often misunderstood. This book is free to download. You can download from my site. In the chapter 7 of this book, I have discussed innovation competencies, a totally new phrase for Indian ecosystem. We believe that the innovation comes from gifted people or it is an intellectual accident. We know only these two ways. But this is first generation innovation. The second generation is already started in last decade. What is it? We believe that the innovation comes from gifted people or an intellectual accident. It is not true. It could be from a result of hard and focused work. That is, the innovation competencies that increase the chance of innovation can now be learned. The best example is Samsung. Samsung approach to innovation is not similar to Apple's competitive race style or Google's stuck work project style, but rather it is about systematically developing a group of creative allied that in turn work a methodical creative process. And how they are achieving? They have adopted Russian technique TRIZ, T-R-I-Z. And there are similar experiments by another set of 12 world-class universities. They are providing TRIZ training. It is a 4-week training. And after that, surprisingly, instead of getting one innovation per 1,000 person, per 1,000 employee, they could reach to 400, 500 innovations per 1,000 employees. And that is a tremendous rate. In 2003, through the TRIZ, they got 50 patents. But in 2004, Samsung got 50 patents from one project. And now you see the huge growth rate of Samsung. It is only because of that. They could save $100 million because of TRIZ technique. Why we are not focusing it? We need to focus. The third issue now I would like to highlight, which is very, very important for IT sector, especially computing sector. The third issue is coding or programming competencies. We have thousands of subject experts. I know that they are expertise having IoT, big data, and so many fields. The problem is they are unable to convert that ideas into software products. Why? Because almost all developed countries, what they are doing, they are from the fifth standard, they have started developing the culture, programming culture. And that is why what is happening, they could able to convert their knowledge into product. And here, that is a missing link which will have to focus. In NLP, they have started from 6th standard, they want to introduce, but we should go aggressively. Now I will show what is the result of this technique. 8 crore population of USA. I'm considering 1% global population. That is why I said 8 crore population of USA. They have 8.57% global IT market share. How much? 8 crore, 8.57 global IT market share. And what is about us? Our 8 crore population, global IT market share is 0.22%, 0.22%. Means American population, productivity of American population is 39% more than India. So 39% is a huge figure. Somewhere something is missing and we'll have to highlight that. And we must need to focus on that. Now, next point, because there are so many interpreters and entrepreneurs, and I must encourage them, I would like to highlight few areas where we can do innovations. One point is missing. We have started for India YouTube channel for C and C++, which is a very required element for data structures. And we got very overwhelming response. In last 6 months, we got around 25,000 views. Within a short time, we got overwhelming response. Now, a few more areas where we can do innovations for different sector. Smart weapons. For example, military personnel could talk or communicate with weapons under their command. They can ask the weapon to seek and destroy very specific targets without destructing the surrounding area. Similarly, for a smart weapon in terms of deep sea mine, for instance, could identify ship to destroy by analyzing current vibration created by the ship's hull, meaning that mine could identify whether the target is a military or civilian ship. Next could be the robot. It's a well-known and very useful product for military. Next area is coming up is network-centric ballistic management and intra-troops communication. Both the areas purely based on ICT, and these areas, a lot of innovations we can do in these areas. The augmented and virtual reality for training as well as for maintenance and repair work. That could be another area where we can give innovative product very easily. It's not require very huge investment, and it is effectiveness is very high. Then IoT, Dr. Shahjul's favorite subject. Now it has taken different shape. Internet of military things, or we can say Internet of battlefield things. It is another area which is coming up and huge potential for innovation. Next is a sensor embedded on soldier suit, helmet, other equipments could capture biometric data, contextual information, even details on soldiers' physical and mental state. Gathering all this data can increase the soldier's chance of survival or lethality. So these are the areas which are very important, and ICT can do a lot. Even information technology, Kottayam can do many things, but we need certain research laboratories and all. The US Air Force has been able to save around $1 million a week, $1 million a week in a tank refueling cost via edge and cloud computing, working with Dell. So they could achieve this target. 3D printing, enormous utility. Many parts we can create, prototype we can create, and we can even create a small part which are needed at battlefield. And the last and very important field we need in future, next 5 years, I think, along with Army, Navy, and Air Force, we need cyber security force, and that is a very crucial. And I'm really very happy to share with you that we have started MTech for working professionals, and from 80 IT industries, 122 students joined, and each one is very special. They are having 10 to 15 year IT experience in IT industry, and that too best IT industries. I'm not saying that startup. I'm saying the best IT industries employees are joining our institute for MTech. And recently, data science and AI, we got very good success. And one more we have started. It's a very challenging UG and PG, both in cyber security. Just go through the syllabus. 22 subjects we have added for MTech cybersecurity and UG cybersecurity. It's one of the best syllabus in the world. The possibilities are enormous. The IIIT Kottayam is ready to accept this challenge. Today we have 30 faculty, 40 PhD scholar, 122 MTech student, and they are from 80 IT industries, 2 incubation center. Our plan is in next 2 years, we'll be having 75 faculty, 300 PhD scholar, 1,000 MTech scholar, maybe 2,000, I don't know. It depends upon the response from IT industry, and 5 incubation centers. Very soon we'll be topmost institute for information technology in India. Where is the proof? saying something is not enough. Just visit the recruitment corner, the last menu item of our website. There is around 80 pages documentation which shows the vibrant nature of IIIT Kottayam. You will get an idea how we are clubbing the innovation and research to build the innovation research university. Simply research university has no meaning. It should be innovative and research university. I'm sure with this huge workforce at IIIT Kottayam, we can do the miracles. Our objective is to build an institute which will act as a major player for information technology innovation ecosystem of India, where industry, university, defense sector can work together for innovations and nation building. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for throwing light on the innovation. Now we'll have a short video on IDEX.
Uh, Sorry, voice of the video is not coming, Dr.
Yeah,
Sesman.
yeah. 1 minute. IT support, Siju sir.
No voice is coming.
1 minute. 1 minute. Some issues with Let's try in Google Chrome if possible.
Ms. Teresa, you unmute yourself if you're running it on your system. Unmute yourself after running video.
Teresa?
But I'm saying that whosoever is sharing video, kindly unmute yourself also, maybe in that system.
Yeah, Teresa, if you are loading it from your system, you unmute it.
And then now run, please. Give it a try. Otherwise, no issue. Everything is available on website, so that next proceeding can be done without delay.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so there might be some issue from your side.
Thank you, session at the same time.
We shall share the link in the chat box.
No issue. You can proceed with the thing since entire video is available on our website idex.gov.in.
Okay.
And that can be accessed by all this participant.
Okay.
Kindly proceed with next thing.
Sure. We shall share the link also. Teresa, Ms. Teresa, please proceed to the next. Ms. Teresa, please proceed with the next agenda.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the technical errors from our side. Now I welcome Mr. Ganesh Kumar Tata Alexi. He had started his professional career as an engineer developing ECUs and later designing and validating ICs. He was a part of the core validation team in Freescale that was set up to resolve SOC level critical issues. During his tenure, he had derived a LUT-based architecture that functions on various series interface based on the configuration. He has been awarded Achiever of the Quarter for successful execution of the turnkey project. Also, he has received Business Excellence Award and Champion Awards for winning new businesses. He left Sunskin to lead a startup, Paperspace, before joining Tata Alexi. He was heading the chip design practice in Tata Alexi and was highly successful in turning around a bleeding practice to a profitable business, driving changes and growth. Ganesh is well experienced in corporate strategy and business leader with proven track records of turning around business towards high growth. Now I welcome Mr. Ganesh to take it ahead.
Hi, thank you, Ms. Teresa. Am I clearly audible?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot for the dignitary hosts who have spoken till now. It was a personal learning session for me. I must truly admit that. We go to various places to understand the strategy of a corporate and how to compete. But when the director of IIIT, when you spoke, detailing about the correlations between 99% of the gold medalists, the proportionate between them as well as the 99% of the highly reputed universities, it was really an eye opener. For me at least, that's actually triggering a lot of thoughts in my mind. You also spoke about the benefits of the three major pillars coming together in terms of the industry, in terms of the defense, in terms of the university. So I think that's a very apt way to say that, how together we as a team have the responsibility to build this nation. And that precisely sets the whole premises of what we are discussing here. And in fact, I must say, thanks to Mr. Dayanand, when he spoke about, in his lecturing about the 5 I's. I mean, that's something which I am going to take it from him as a takeaway and going to deploy in my.
Come on, Sarah.
So you're muted. Can you kindly unmute yourself?
Sorry, is this okay now? Okay.
Yes.
So what I was saying is, the 5 I's that Mr. Dayanand spoke about, it was actually, kind of eye openers for me equally. And I'm going to, have this as a takeaway from this session, which I'm going to implement in my corporate strategy as well. Now, thanks a lot for giving this opportunity to share the ideas of this elite participation. I'm not the most qualified person to talk about entrepreneurship, having been a part of the corporate. But as rightly said by the director of IIITK, I come from the industry. So that is, anyhow, there is one representation of the 3 pillars. See, when we look at entrepreneurship, we basically look them as more of like the nation builders. They are the assets to the nation. And the micro, small, and medium enterprise, we often call them as the backbone of the nation as well. When I look at the contribution of MSMEs to the GDP of the nation, it is nothing less than 33%. And 50% of the total India's export is being contributed by MSME sector. So in no which way it is a sector which is starting up or coming up. It is actually contributing more than many of us, in terms of the export and the GDP, I must say. With all these, and in fact, the MSME's participation is heavily in terms of the rural upliftment. Closer to 20% of the MSMEs are operating out of rural areas. And when we talk about rural areas, it's about creating employment opportunities in those areas. And these are the sectors which can't be addressed by some of the corporates, because those are unskilled laborers and semi-skilled laborers. And the MSMEs, through their participation, what they have done as a nation building exercise here is they have actually brought in these many people to the hardcore employment, and thereby it's actually building the nation. Now, having said the premise of this, I just want to share only one thought from the corporate experience. We have seen time and again the disruptions happening in this industry. The entrepreneurs are either leading the disruptions or they are at the very core part of the disruption. When we talk about disruption not in our lives. Emails, WhatsApp, these have actually disrupted the way how we have been communicating in our golden days. We used to write inland letters, we used to use postcards to communicate. And in fact, if there is any greetings or any other emergency situation, we used to give telegram messages. And those have been thoroughly disrupted by the emergence of emails, by the emergence of social medias. Now, I doubt if any of us use any of these, the old ways of communication. So here in the disruption is more of destructive in nature, where it has actually killed one business, let me say it that way. And in fact, when we talk about various other things, like say, for example, the camera-based phone. The camera-based phone has really disrupted the standalone camera market. Gone are those days where you used to have that small brick box, remember the Kodak, Konica, Yashica sort of cameras. Now no one usually carries that. No one even wears a watch. I mean, I don't wear a wristwatch any longer. We have the clock embedded in the mobile. We have the camera embedded in the mobile. We have the communication system, not only the voice one, but also the video one and the text, everything embedded in this one small box. This is a clear disruption that has been destructive in nature. On the other hand, the key thought that I want to leave with is not necessarily all the disruptions are destructive in nature. There are disruptions which are actually, kind of expansive in nature as well. Let me just share two examples and leave. One is, let's talk about, the aggregators in the travel industry. We talk about Ola, we use Uber, and these Ola, Uber have not really killed any business per se. It has only expanded the existing base. It has brought in a lot of self-employable drivers. It has brought in a lot of entrepreneurs, self-employable guys, and the rural area participation into the game. Thereby, it has just expanded the business. It hasn't killed anyone. And let's talk about the other disruption, in the food market that we see. Talk about Big Basket, Swiggy, Food Panda, Zomato. They haven't killed the restaurant business per se. They have brought in more traffic to the restaurants. They have increased the participation of people like, the rural people like me and various other guys, who are also the consumers, who are also participants. So what I want to leave a thought with is yes, we all entrepreneurs, while we have to be careful about disruption, in a way, while we lead it, if we don't lead the disruption, we are going to be led by the disruption, and it is going to disrupt in major ways. So with this as the thought, I just wanted to say that, while the disruption is quite given a scenario in this industry, added is the impact of COVID-19 situation, where many people have lost lives and many more have lost livelihoods. But while that is a destructive in nature, we must also remain positive and be optimistic to look the half glass full. And we have to be aware about the openness and the expansion that this COVID-19 is going to throw to us all. We no longer interact face to face. So there are virtual participations that has created. There are more digital participation that has come in. And, like as we see, there are more people who have adopted to the smart wearables. Health and well-being has become the major concern. There are no boundaries literally within the globe. Sitting here, I can talk to you, we can get connected, we can participate in a business, we can participate in an idea sharing. So I think it is going to throw up enormous of opportunities. With this, I would like to, say thanks for inviting me. And it is, in fact, a very personal learning session for me also. Thanks a lot for having me. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. Now, we are open for the question and answer session. So we ask everyone to come up with your queries.
Yes, Ravi,
Yeah,
please
Ravi.
unmute yourself and ask the question.
Please unmute your mic and ask. I think he has raised the
Raise the hand, but his mic is muted.
Yeah, we will be collecting the queries from our startups as well as students, and we'll email to you and get the replies.
So since there are no queries, I request our CEO, Digo Joseph Sebastian, to say vote of thanks.
Okay, thanks everyone for the opportunity. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Honorable Group Captain Sri Pallav Haldekar sir, Honorable Chief Guest Sri Ganesh Kumar sir, respected Director Professor Rajiv Raskar sir, respected Registrar, Dr. Radhakrishnan sir, Dr. Shajir Benedict, Dayanand ji, Mr. Kevin sir, Dr. Manoj Nimbalkar, and everyone who are present here. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all dignitaries. On behalf of AIC IIIT Kottayam, I extend my warm greetings to the people who joined this program. I would also like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of this event for their presence and contribution to make this program a great success. The session by Dayanand ji and Pallav ji and also our director Rajiv sir, all were very much informative for our startups, as well as they have enlightened every one of us with their all the wisdom and information they shared. Also, I extend my gratitude to Honorable Group Captain Sri Pallav Haldekar sir from the Indian Air Force and Honorable Ganesh Kumar sir from Tata LXI to take out time from their busy schedule to grace this event. Thank you for your inspiring and encouraging words on this special day. Also, a very special thanks to Professor Rajiv Raskar sir, Director of IIIT Kottayam, for providing an immense support to make this webinar a successful one. I also extend my gratitude to Dr. Radhakrishnan sir, Registrar of IIIT Kottayam, for his support on this day. Also, I'm thanking Sri Dayanand ji for the information he has shared for our startups, and also thanking Mr. Kevin, Dr. Manoj Nimbalkar, etc. for their efforts and also for joining us in this session. And I'm also thanking Dr. Shajiri Benedict for his efforts in organizing this program, even amidst all the busy schedule he's having. Last but not the least, I'm thanking everyone of the organizing team, including Teresa, Shiju sir, and each one of the IT team as well as the AIC team for their hard work for the past few days to make this a successful one. Once again, thanking all the participants, all the MSMEs, startups, students, faculty of IIIT, and everyone who has joined here. Also thanking a very special thanks to Banking Mistry sir for his presence here. And thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Digo. Now this marks the end for the phase 1 of our today's session. Now we'll be beginning the phase 2, that is the training session. So let's begin the second session with Kevin Walter. He is the author for Digital First, contributor in Forbes India and few other leading magazines, visionary, strategic leader, and a management consultant with 20 years of extensive experience in management consulting. He has completed his master's in design thinking from MIT, USA, completed his digital strategy marketing program from IIMB, certified SAFE program consultant, certified COVID 5 implementer and assessor, and he holds few more industry leading certifications. Kevin has trained more than 10,000 professionals on various industries leading programs so far, and his passion for training and teaching continues to deliver the best possible value to all the participants. He is also a keynote speaker on digital transformation and leadership. He has been working as an executive partner in Gardner and currently working in a global flight forwarding company. Now I welcome Kevin George to carry on the session. Over to you, sir.
Sure. Thank you, Ms. Teresa. If you can give me the permission to share the screen, I will share my content and start the session.
It's open for sharing, sir.
Okay, let me see. All right, let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, first of all, for this great opportunity. I want to take a cue from where IIIT Kottayam director, Professor Rajiv, left. And he actually made a very valid point of talking about percentages, right? He compared with US versus India on the professionals primarily on the IT side. Though I represent IT industry and I work in the IT industry for the last 20 years, maybe I can also add some bit of it before I step into my session on the design thinking. I think today, if you compare from IT per se, though we have progressed significantly well, we are barely $190 billion industry in India. And out of the $190 billion, we employ only around 4.3 million IT workforce, which is roughly 44 lakh of IT employees we employ across the country, right? Where we talk about a total population of 1.2 billion. And also, if you see the talent that is coming out from the institution is massive. But still, the growth on the employment per se, if you see, just 4.3 million alone. And this is where it has a massive opportunity for the country to expand into the $1 trillion economy, specifically for the IT sector as well. If we are able to scale up with the technologies, what we're talking about, the digital technologies, and if you're able to scale up the talent to attract more jobs that is getting generated out of the new change that is happening in the market, and definitely in the coming days and the coming years, from a 4.3 million, we will definitely reach that, at least the 10 million mark, and subsequently reach that $1 trillion economy. But fairly, as an industry, as well as a segment that we are operating, growth is significant, but comparatively with the developed nations, there is a long way to grow, I think, for us. One of the reasons I picked this topic, design thinking, and when I was approached, I was told that there are a lot of startups coming in. I want to put one of the questions in front of all of you. Why startups fail? And just go back and check some of the reports suggest that 7 to 8 out of 10 startups, fail every year, which means 70% of the startups are failing every year. People are starting with so much passion, so much commitment, and they also have an idea that they can pursue, but still, why the failure rate is so high? This is the question I want to put across to you, and while I talk through, please think through. And I want this session to be more of an interactive, as well as I like to gain some of your feedback from yourself, and since you all represent dominantly the startup ecosystem. Very important to note that sometimes the ideas what we thought may not get consumed by the user or the customers that we intend to serve. We all know one of the greatest example on our today's market, or maybe I would say in the last 10-15 years, Nokia. When the Nokia boomed in the cell phone market, most of the people went beyond, and actually, Nokia was scaling heavily high, and they became the market leader. And we all know the story why Nokia failed. And in one of this acquisition with the Microsoft, right, the Nokia management, they felt very bad, and they expressed that we missed completely on understanding the customer behavior and the customer mindset, right? They didn't catch the train when it was actually riding the fast on the technological landscape. The user experience started changing. The customers were thinking something different, but the Nokia were not able to offer that point in time. And whoever is able to offer exactly what customers want, and they read the customer's mind, they were able to actually capture the market. And today we all know the story of all the companies, how they are made, and some of them are in the $1 trillion market capital because they are able to align and captivate the customer needs. Design thinking primarily talks about how you can capture the customer needs at the early stage of your process. Design thinking is an approach that actually will enable you to identify the core needs of the customer, so that when you are able to ideate and design a solution that will help to meet the customer needs. So this also ensures, it's a very important point, it ensures the startups a success, right? Sometimes, you may adapt a certain set of different process that may not guarantee your success, but fairly the companies who have adapted design thinking process to derive a new solution or a new product, I think they have touched the success, and also they have scaled up. Again, another insight that I leave to all of you is unicorn startups. Definitely, if India has to grow to be the next big boom industry on the technological landscape and be number one in the world, definitely the startup ecosystem has to play a key role. And in the last 10-15 years, we have seen a significant amount of traction on the growth of startups. And we also have seen some of the unicorns have started coming out from India. And we all know that. I think Paytm is a great example from India. And there are many more unicorns that are coming up. But if you do a comparative study with the developed nations and ours, how many unicorns are coming up and how many unicorns are actually making into that $1 billion club or more than a $10 billion club, very, very few that are able to make that into that particular stage of the progress. But definitely it is a great progress, and we are all looking forward to have many more unicorns from India. Definitely that will make our country a great in the technological sector, in the digital sector across the world, as well as make a number one in the world. Let me spend maybe next 20-25 minutes talking about some of the nuance of design thinking. Normally, the design thinking as a course being taught over a period of 3 months, that requires a lot of participation, a lot of exercise, a lot of analysis that need to be done, field study. But I'm trying to...
Sorry to interrupt, your slides are not moving.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I will. So, how about now?
Now it's sharing.
All right, cool. So I'll spend next maybe 20-30 minutes, primarily giving a brief about what is design thinking, the phases of design thinking, and also some case studies that is actually in the market where they have used design thinking, how they become successful, and also I give some tips how we can get started and get your design thinking path forward in your organization. And primarily, design thinking is a process that enables you to solve critical, complex problems. And remember that design thinking is a process that will start with the problem, not with the solution. We always have a tendency, if you come across a challenge, immediately, psychologically, our mindset tends to do a solution mindset, right? Okay, you come across a thing, you see some challenges on the road, suddenly someone will say that, okay, can I create an app, an application which will tell where are the pits are there, where the roads are not good, then that will actually give back to the particular government department so they can make corrections, right? Immediately the mindset jumps into the solution rather than actually analyzing the problem. But design thinking is a process that will first make you to define the problem. What is that problem that you're trying to address? What is the problem you're trying to solve? And remember, it is not a linear process. It is a non-linear process. So even when you derive a solution at a later point in time, you have to revisit again, is that solution is addressing my core problem? So, and again, it's actually focuses on addressing the real customer needs. I will step into those slides as we progress through. It will talk about how you can reach your core customers based on a problem. You have defined a problem. Now, who are the problem that need to be addressed? And where is the problem this is happening? You need to go to that particular place and understand what is the real problem the customers are facing. Through that, you will be able to identify the core needs. And that can be done in various methodologies. You can closely observe, you can have an interviews, you can have sessions, a lot of methods to identify those core customer needs. And ultimately, the design thinking, some of the key skills that require is applied creativity. You need to have that creative thinking mindset. Because when I say creative thinking mindset, there's something called as a silo mindset. Silo mindset is what I think is correct. I have experience of 20 years. So based on my experience, this is what it will work, right? That is like a more of a silo mindset, a pursuit mindset. But design thinking, that will break that silo mindset. You need to have a broad mindset. The broad mindset, you need to come up with an open-minded approach, allowing that even someone who may not that educated like you or experienced like you, but that person may give you a fantastic idea, or that may person can actually throw up a great challenge in front of you, which no one has thrown up, and that can help you to solve a bigger community problem. So it allows you to have that applied mindset of creativity. You need to apply a lot of concept development process. And again, innovation is the core component, and that will help you to identify the actual needs of customer. In a nutshell, design thinking is a human-centric problem-solving approach, and it is an iterative. Iterative means that you can improvise as you progress through. So it's not like a start to finish approach. You have to revisit every phase of the process, making sure that is that the problem that you're addressing, because that will enable you to fail fast. When you fail fast, actually it saves a lot amount of your effort and time, and particularly for startups, if you know that your product is not going to work and you know it much earlier phase of your startup, that is going to save huge amount of money and effort, and you can divert your thought process into the idea that can work and bring you to the success. So that's about a kind of giving a very high level view about what is design thinking. And there are 5 phases of design thinking, and if you Google it out, these are the 5 phases that will come out. And I also try to capture the 5 phases, but in my other teachings, normally I use my 7 methodology approach, but for simplicity purposes, I've kept this, the 5-phase approach. The first and the foremost is empathy. The empathy is, once you empathize and go with the customer, then only you're able to understand what is the real pain of the customer, what is the real pain of the user. You sit in the boardroom, discuss among with your peers of 10, 15 people, and take their views and strategize, and you draw out a strategy path and a solution. The success may be 50% or maybe 20%, right? Always you go for a much percentage of failure. You have to go into the field. You have to go and meet those real customers, what the problem you are trying to address. Unless and until you go and meet them, you will have a different perspective. Trust me, you will have a different perspective. This is the biggest ask I give to all the startups. If you have not done that, if you are developing a product, if you have conceptualized something, ask your customers before even you conceptualize your solutions. You may have to redesign your solution, because they will tell different stories, and they will give you the actual features for you to develop your solution. So understanding the user need is the biggest part of the design thinking process, and that is again the empathizing with the customers. And that will also allow you to explore the problem with various set of stakeholders. The various set of stakeholders could be dynamic. You cannot categorize your problem into one set of stakeholders. You may have a lot of unbiased stakeholders or unknown stakeholders. You may not even know, okay, this particular product may be helpful to them, right? So you have to broaden your stakeholder list as part of your discussions, as part of interviews, what you do. So that will help you to explore the problem in a more diversified and a wide range of assessment. I always give the example, when you are doing this one, when you hold your hand like this is you are thinking about you, yourself, your team. But when you widen your hand, right, you are able to look and approach things in a multiple dimensions, because you widen your hand and you have more space. That is the design thinking empathy. You have to widen your hand so that you can see your vision in a wide angle, and you will be able to identify the user needs in a much broader approach, so that you will be able to focus on the solution effectively. And this also helps you to identify certain things that even you don't know, right? Sometimes always we feel that I'm very firm, this will work, right? Because I put all my energy and effort. I personally feel that I'm expert in this field. I know that this will work. Yeah, that may work, but that may not also work. We have situations where certain things have worked, certain things have not worked. But you have to allow yourself that let go your ego of your own individual nature, and open your mindset on receiving the feedback from the ground. Once you receive those kind of the bottom feedback from the customers and the users, then you will know that certain things even you do not know, you will be able to discover there. Certain things, even your competitors do not know, you will be able to discover. That is where you will be able to create a very competitive and individualistic product solution that can differentiate yourself in the market. Some of the tools that you can use, field work. During this pandemic, it is not possible if you have to do a field work, but field work is a great tool that you have to visit closer to the customers. I will also give some of the case studies. I will explain to you how the field work has transformed the particular companies. Observation is a very good art. Very closely, if you observe, you will be able to understand some of the specific needs, core needs, and the latent needs. Latent needs is something like an unknown. You do not know that they have this need, right? You may perceive that, oh, okay, if I provide this kind of a concept or a solution, that may satisfy them, that may amplify their satisfaction level. So even you're understanding the specific needs, core needs, and the latent needs. And interviews. Interviews are very important. You can have some open-ended question, closed-ended question. Always interviews in the design thinking is you let the consumers talk. So always you have to have an open-ended question and need analysis. And also some other method is ethnographic methods. Primarily the ethnographic methods is more of a direct observation. You can also do a lot of video recordings to their gestures, what they think, what they pursue. So you'll be able to understand about their body language. You can take some pictures around it. You can do some artifact analysis. And there are a lot of things, primarily it's about cultural setting. You need to understand the culture. Because in India itself, every state has its own culture. So if you're launching a product or a solution, you need to understand about that cultural mindset. And if you're launching a global product, then for sure you need to know about the multicultural facets of the country and the globe, right? So that then your product will be highly successful when you take a launch at success rate. So once you have empathized, which means that once you have understood the customer needs, and by this process, you might have created tons and tons of materials, a lot of artifacts, a lot of statements, a lot of recordings, a lot of written notes that have gathered. Now, the next biggest challenge is you have to confine all the user needs into a problem statement. Because remember that you have to define the problem. Defining the problem, it is a key. Sometimes, normally what happens again here, the biggest bottleneck is the people will become very judgmental, right? They might have come across a user need, and suddenly what they will define is, instead of defining a problem, they will directly dictate the solution. Solutioning will come as a byproduct. It is not at the start of the process. So defining the problem is very important. How you can synthesize and convert the user needs into the problem statement. And there are various mechanisms. Normally, when I do my large sessions, I give examples of how the problem statements are defined and how to even define a problem statement, how not to define a problem statement. And there is a lot of exercises, the participants go through. But somehow I have to just give a small snapshot. You can apply this 4 W's approach. What is the problem that you're trying to address? Very clearly, you have to carve out. So you may have collected a lot of needs. So you can, kind of categorize everything into a kind of a theme or a pattern. And who is your target user? That, for whom you're trying to solve the problem. And most important thing is, where is the problem? Which location is the problem coming from, or where is the problem present? That is very important. That will also enable you to address that particular target group. And most importantly, you need to ask this question: why is it so important? Should I really need to address this problem, or will this problem, addressing this problem, will give me that edge, the benefit which I'm looking for? And if you are able to answer these 4 questions and categorize all your needs into these 4 baskets, then you're able to actually define what we call as a problem statement. So you can organize into the common themes. Then you will also be able to identify certain patterns that will arrive as part of this process. There are a lot of tools they use, like storyboard. Storyboard is storytelling. So you can actually, start with that story, where it's starting, then connecting the dots of all that story, the head of the story. Then you'll be able to find a story that is arriving out, and that will also help you to define the problem statement. defining personas, and prioritization method. So assume once you have successfully defined the empathy and the definition of the problem, here is the most important thing, that is, ideation. Ideation is allowing the sixth nerve to think wider. Right? Remember, I was talking about in empathy, you should move away, set aside all your assumptions. You may have your own thought process, you may have your own assumptions. Sometimes you may have a strong feeling that, hey, this one will not work. Right? I think respectfully keep that, but don't keep that as a blocker in this process. What you need to do is, you need to, like a river flows, right, without any obstacle, like that, the thought process, the ideation has to flow. There should not be any blocker. Whatever the ideas that coming in to address a problem, again, you have to be very careful. You have to align your problem statements, and to that problem statements, you have to ideate the solution that you are trying to address. And there is no one solution. That is where it's a very key thing. There is no one solution. You can always go for multi-solutions. When you go for multi-solutions, the probability of success of your product is, again, higher percentage. So there are certain tools that you can use, brainstorming, and there are various techniques of brainstorming. Digital sketching, very important. I think you can actually use a lot of tools. Today, there are so many digital sketching online tools are available. Time boxing, very clearly splitting the groups and boxing them and saying that you have to brainstorm and define and come with the solutions within that 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And multi-voting. Sometimes, if you don't get a consensus, you can go for the multi-voting, and whoever is voted high on the particular idea, that can be selected and gone for. And creative techniques. Prototyping. Now, you have multiple solutions you have created. Now, you don't need to develop a full product. Sometimes, some people may go wrong in developing a full functional product. That might, lead a lot of time and cost. This need to be very fast. So to develop a prototype, should not spend more than a week or 2 weeks. So most preferred method of developing a prototype is, using a paper model. So a lot of times, people sketch in the paper itself and show that this is what the solution we are looking, or this is what the product we are looking. Sometimes if somebody is developing an application or a digital product, right, what they do is they go for the wireframes, and they will show, and there are a lot of wireframes you can use mainly on the interactive methodologies. Adobe has a lot of tools, and similar to Adobe, there are multiple technologies and tools that are available. So you will not have the full functional features, but you will know that this is how the application is going to look, and this is how the features are going to flow, and this is how the end product is going to look, right? So use your time legitimately very well to define the prototype. And once you have the prototype, always ask this question yourself: does this solve your problem statement? You should connect the prototype into your defined phase. That is what I say, that every time you have to go and revisit: is this the problem statement are we going to solve? Is this the customer needs are we going to solve? Will this solve the customer needs? Sometimes what happens, when you progress through these phases, you may slip through some of the customer needs, some of the problem statements. Your individuality will come in, your passion will come in, your vision will come in there. Then, trying to, kind of add some add-ons, sugar-coated pictures into the prototype that you're trying to do. Always remember, you have to develop the prototype which primarily aligns to the problem statement and to the user needs. Once you're able to do that, then again, you have to, what you need to do is, and there are some tools, wireframe, paper design, digital interactive tools, 3D modeling softwares are available for you to develop those prototypes. Once you prototype, very important and must thing is testing it out. And whom you need to test it out, you can select, there are 3 sets of users. One is the users whom you have collected